Turn on. Hey, what's going on YouTube? Alright, look. I'm figuring out slowly but surely. This is TGIN. I have this. This is their leave-in conditioner. I'm excited to detangle my hair with this. Hopefully it works better than Cantu because we are supporting our black women. I'm a black woman. I support other black women. I support other women. Alright, look. So far it's very buttery, and I make shea butter too with Rich Garden shea butter as a sealant. I also have her TGIN Miracle Repair Anti-Breakage Serum. Okay. I like the little nozzle and it smells amazing. Okay. And this smells amazing too. I also bought from CVS a rat tail comb. I broke mine. I went to CrossFit, so I did rinse my hair. So like, you know, it's not going to be dirty or sweaty. But I do need to style it because my hair does dread. And even though I love dreads, I like wearing my hair big. And I want length retention. That's why it's in this protective style. So we're going to just start with detangling. I don't know what the end product is going to be, like my life, but I am so excited. My life is just, I have now proudly quit 4 jobs. Worked at well, I didn't quit the gymnastics one. I would still like to work there, but like I didn't have the self-confidence to be, you know, a coach. And so yeah, I just started like working at the restaurant, which I discovered that I hated being in subservient roles. And so now I'm just focused on doing my hair, and one of my nails popped off. That's not the fabulous look that I'm going for, but I am building my asset column. And I asked the Lord for rest, and you know what he gave me? Rest. And some things in history I don't understand. God, why was the plight of black women so humiliating, so dehumanizing, so brutal? And I don't have the answers to that, but I do know that God is good and merciful all the time. So, and he has a future of hope for me. I don't know why, you know, the problems happened the way they did with my ancestors, and it gives me grief. That affected my mental health a lot. You know, just on a personal history note, my grandma Graciela, the one that we named the coffee business after, my dad is one of 6 kids. 5 are living now, and we don't know what happened to my tia, you know, for real. Like, she was sleeping. She was found dead. We don't for real know. And I loved her. Like, I don't even want to be emotional right now, because what happens is she always used to do my hair. She used to design clothing. I think I have this shirt she designed for me on like a birthday request. 1 for me, no, 2 for me, 2 for my sister, 2 for my friend. We have really close birthdays. And like, okay, this cream is working well. Come on, black women, knowing what we need. But yeah, just learning about, like, relating it to my history. My grandma has 6 kids, right? One of them being my aunt. She had to work in Venezuela. We're from Colombia. All of us. I'm from Colombia too, but I was raised here. And she had to work for white families in order to provide for her 6 children in Marianaba, Colombia, which is like one of like the free black towns. Everybody there black. Like, you could be mixed and a little like native, but for the majority it's a black town. Like, because the slaves were free there. And so yeah, she had to work in subservient roles, like taking care of other white children, I assume, or just other children, because like kind of like a nanny, because of like the financial wealth gap, and because she didn't have a lot of support. However, she was a joyous woman, like community, had family, had people who loved her, so like that's the plus. But it hurts my heart. Like my aunt also struggled. She only had her son and um her husband, and they often put her down. I love my uncle and my cousin. We don't really get along the best, but you know, I respect. But yeah, they sometimes humiliated her, and that was hard. And I started talking to myself on YouTube because I don't have a lot of people to talk to, but my thoughts are like rampant. Like I have a lot of thoughts, and I don't know who I'm gonna help, how I'm gonna edit, but I know I'm gonna make a difference, and I know that I can speak light and the truth, my truth. So yeah, right now I'm just going in carefully and like moisturizing each of my two strands. I've only had this style for like about a week or so, but because I wear my hair so frequently, I think that's why. And I didn't have leave-in conditioner. Like I have the Camille Rose leave-in, but this one's very milky, and I don't think that it's the best one for my hair type that needs like a heavier butter. So yeah, right now I'm just smoothing. When Cole, when Kobe, her Cosby A. Cabrera responded to my email and sent me a signed copy of her book, My Hair is a Garden, which is the book that I based my business off of. Rich Garden is homage to her and her book about caring for natural hair. The girl had like twists similar to this, so like this low manipulation hairstyle that I like. But yeah, I just she said I had a glory, that I also have a glory, and I just love it when people affirm you. I love that. You know, words. Women in the Bible use words to build up a house, and I think that's one of my gifts. And today, I wanted to get off my chest that one thing that kind of made me feel angry and shy is like I got a new job, right? It kind of starts in 2 weeks. It's finally related to my field. Of course, that gym skills, and I love that gym. Um, like it's also related to my field, but like I wasn't a personal trainer, and I didn't feel like I was good at teaching kids gymnastics, because like I'm still kind of learning gymnastics, and giving instructions was hard for me. So yeah, it was kind of that. And I guess the power dynamic, I'm just tired of working for other people. But basically what made me mad at the CrossFit gym, which I love and I recommend y'all go. First of all, the guy's very gentle, which is one of the traits that I love. He's good at making direct eye contact and stuff, but he wants to start me off at, so he said the pay is from 20 to 25, and then today he just made me know like, all right, I'm gonna start you off at 20, and I said, and I'm proud of myself because I said like, would you be open to paying me 21, because you know I just got ISSA certified, and you know like that's my goal that I set out career wise, like 21 and over. So 20 kind of feels like a slight. I've already gotten paid 20, and that's 20, not including the negative taxes that I have to take out myself on a 1099 tax form. So, girl. So he said no, and I don't think. So he said, so I'm gonna say no. And that's not what I want. So I think a lot of the times when I'm in jobs and they talk about remaining, and sometimes people are be like, I've been doing this job for 30 years, 20 years, 17 years, even 3 years. And I'm like, yo, I think my time is invaluable, like everybody else's. But I don't be having the patience to really like be underpaid because I don't like to have struggle. If I'm gonna struggle, then I'm gonna struggle for me. Struggle to get my business up and running. Like in order to make shea butter, I could just leave. I'm waiting for the Venmo for the Cafe Graciela to be up. I already submitted the paperwork, and then we're able to have that in native cold press. However, which is a green juicery that I absolutely recommend, that has helped me be more regular and that has really delicious green juices and chocolate chip protein balls. It's downtown Columbus. I really like it. But yeah, I just need to have some business cards and figure out my costs. The cost, I'm not gonna underpay myself if it makes me this angry. My products are expensive, and I just feel like before I wanted to do it, like right now, a 10-ounce jar of my ceiling shea butter is going at $40. And I could obviously do discounts and stuff because it's so priced high, but I wanted it to be priced high not just for me, but for the culture of like underpaying and erasing women of color and just black people in general, having us not get the opportunities because of disparities and systems that keep us in a lower tax bracket. And I'm just like trying to start my own thing. So I've been organizing my room more. I invested in a good camera. I invested in a mic for my business. Like I want to make it an appointment for H&R Block in order to like really sit down and see my taxes. I need to find the folder with all of my Chase Bank receipts before I close down the account, so I can find like my Walmart receipts, and then I'm able to submit my taxes that were due the April 15th. But I asked for an extension, so that's where we're at with that. Sorry, there's a huge knot right here that I am slowly making sure that I don't break my hair, that I'm detangling, because length just comes from length retention. That's it. My hair doesn't fall out on a daily basis like that because I keep it in 2-strand twists. But my favorite is a twist out. My hair is big and I'm proud of it. I think easier to manage when it's stretched. And I did like the process of like when I was like taking the care to do each section and straighten it. And I like the results of the twist out after it was straightened. However, sorry, I'm gonna do, dang it, I lost the section. I think it was this one. I'm just gonna loosely, to mark. One thing I struggle with is parting. Just gonna take a second to breathe. These slave stories have been brutal. I saw 12 Years a Slave, the scene where Patsy gets assaulted, and now I understand that even though we were not told this history, all I was told in the 8th grade by my white Republican teacher was that black people were slaves and that Nat Turner was bad. He was a symbol of resistance for the black population, and they talk about his violence, but they really never ever took accountability for the systematic violence that was happening to the slaves every single day. So don't tell me he was being violent after trying to liberate a people from, like, come on now. At that time, they couldn't peacefully protest. It's not like they could peacefully protest slavery. And I don't agree with, killing, but it is important to not be silent. Reading, writing, dancing, listening to music, creating businesses that help us thrive. Now those are avenues of how we like use our voice, how we resist, how we live fully. Um, you know? So I think this comb is a little bit too small. Let's see if I have another one. Now this one's a little bit too big. I think this one's okay. Yeah. Today I really want to spread my gratitude that like Andres asked me kindly if I could move my stuff, and he also knocked and had like 2 tacos for me, and like just seeing him more happy and relaxed, that made me feel happy and relaxed. So like he may not know the great influence that he has on me, but I know the great influence that he does have. And life is easier when you have somebody who cares about you, and that's part of the reason why, you know, slave communities were able to survive in the first place, is because they had kinship and family. And that's why like being sold away from their family was so devastating, like it truly was. It's not just blood. I mean, it is blood sometimes, but like just the process of like there were breeding farms, and kids were getting molested and raped. Like it was just a lot. And connecting it to my own life, like it's just too much. But I want to talk about how, in general, this has carried over and continues to happen in other parts of the world where dark is seen as ugly and then people rape them out of power. But it's also out of lust, because black women are beautiful. We are so beautiful. Because obviously there needs to be some level of attraction in order for a man to get it up, right? So like, yeah, it's just, I don't even know. It's hard out here, but we're figuring it out. I do approve of this TGI Buttercream Daily Moisturizer. It is like wet. It doesn't smell as strong as Cantu, and it costs like $20, I say. I think hair care supporting black business is more expensive, but it aligns with my values, and I can't afford to like not go with my values. And I was also reading the Bible and how he says be slow to anger, like a man who has understanding is, you know, blessed and all that, and not foolish. So there's that part, but and it says don't go striving for riches, like as soon as it's there, it stops. It goes, but just you know, working hard, working honestly, and it does stay. Be patient, be slow to anger. One thing that makes me angry is like my leasing office, the old apartment, they never sent me the rest of my security deposit yet. And so I'm just trying to be patient and say that, yeah, it's difficult. I need to get my checks from both restaurants that I quit. I'm proud of myself for calling off work when I didn't sleep at all because of like the emotional pain that I was in. And it's grief, I think. Learning Black history can cause a lot of grief. Examining the real accounts, like of slavery. If you refuse to be sexually assaulted, you will get whipped, for example. And this is like from recordings of like people who their mothers were slaves Slavery was less than 200 years ago. So, like, a person who looked like me in those times, man, just what atrocities would I have faced, and like the humiliation. And that's why it's important to be educated, be smart, and be prideful of my hair. Like, I really don't want to get a straight weave and just like assimilate. I know that I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me, and like I don't need to spend $100 getting fake hair, but I do need a retained length. And so hiding the ends of my hair is important to me, and I'm still kind of navigating. Like, I do a lot of buns, but that can cause a lot of tension. I don't know. We'll just have to figure it out together. Y'all can leave hairstyle suggestions down below. I like knowledge braids, but it does take time. And I think I need a little bit more. But how are y'all doing? Like, what stuff goes on in your life that you'd like to talk about? I'm just starting this channel, so. Oh my gosh, my hair is long. Come on now. And if it's not long, it's thick. Hey. So. I wish I had the accent of like native, like people from Atlanta, people from Chicago. Black women from the US have the most style, most swagger. Of course, Latinas, they have their own beauty. I'm Latina. And like they're always made up and done up and everything, but I feel like the US is style trends. It influences a lot of the style trends in other parts of the world, and unfortunately the credit is robbed a lot. But nevertheless, we are the blueprint. And one day I was serving coffee at my job at like the one that started at 5 a.m. at the Hilton. And one guy, I was like, okay, do you want any cream and sugar? And he's like, no, black's perfect. And I just put it on a t-shirt. I love that he said that. That was so funny. Because I took it with double meaning. And you know what? We are perfect just the way we are. I think if I leave my hair alone for the most part, it'll grow. Just throw it up into like a stretched out updo. But yeah, I guess the process of stretching it out could, instead of like leaving it free and all of it till the end, I guess I could like do braids or something with it. So like when I wash it, it doesn't like coil. I don't think I'm gonna do the braid. But then it's hard to take out, and these are kind of like really mini braids. And I don't want it to be like super mini. So yeah, that might not be the best option right now. When I was in the hospital, when I was going through bipolar treatment, Dr. Cesar used to sit down and he used to talk to me. Or more so, he used to listen to me. He would just listen and let me talk. And that's truly one of the things that helped heal me. To have somebody de confianza to just talk. He was very gentle, he was very sweet, and I think gentleness is like a fruit of the spirit. We learned this, and I'm trying to walk the walk. God has been calling me to be brave, and like he's helped me, like, you know, the fallout with the girl, it affects me with the ex. But I don't think, like, I kind of know she wanted to hear from me because she wanted to remain in my life, but it's been so long that I just don't really know what to say. I don't really have anything to say other than like I'm sorry for my part in the breakup. But if she doesn't answer, that could be detrimental too. Cause it's not really like for her though, it's for me. But I don't think that will make anything better, and I don't know if I want that person in my life. And seeking them could be confusing. They described our relationship towards the end as like an emotional roller coaster. And yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that for them. I don't want that for me. It's been 35 minutes, well, 25. I don't know how my hair is gonna come out at the end, but yeah, this daily moisturizer with shea butter, vitamin E, have vegetable glycerin. So again, this is on freshly rinsed hair. And we'll see, okay? I'm gonna shut it off here. Thank y'all so much for listening to me about my day. We are gonna find the documents and we're gonna move forward with Rich Garden Shea Butter. I know it's hard to wait on the bank job, but again, I am my own business. I am my own brand. I'm working on my assets, and we will grow. Bye. Talk to y'all later. How do I stop recording?